I mean, these have all been topics that have been hot over the past couple weeks, but no one has seemed to tie them in the way that we were discussing earlier. A couple games dropped recently. Apex Legends and Crackdown 3. And some interesting reactions have come out over both those games. Apex Legends is a hands down bona fide hit, and Crackdown 3, as you put it, came out as the cool game to shit on. And what's interesting is that, let's look at Apex Legends. What is it? It's a battle royale only game from the developers of Titanfall, who created Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2, which is a multiplayer game. It's ex-Infinity Ward employees that broke off to make their own studio. Respawn, and they created these games, critically acclaimed, commercially questionable. No one...
Yeah, well, Titanfall 2 came out... I remember Titanfall 2 came out at a release window of, like, everything big. Halo 5, new Call of Duty. It was all
it just kind of fell to the wayside. No one said this was a bad game.
Everyone liked
they
it.
put out a
casuals
campaign
online. They all like it.
That everyone loved that played it. It's like, this is an excellent. Like, this is how a first person, a big AAA first person shooter campaign should be done, instead of the big bangs, the big wows of the Call of Duty campaigns without much substance. It's just blow stuff up very prettily is all the Call of Duty campaigns are, where this is actually something worth playing through with a narrative, great gameplay, etc. that was sadly overlooked because of all the competition that came out at the same time. But as a budget title, and people slowly picking it up and playing it, are like, okay, this is cool. Like, it's generating a bigger and bigger fan base. So everyone knew that they're probably working on a Titanfall 3. And there were rumors that they were also working on a Battle Royale mode, that Titanfall 3 would jump on the Battle Royale bandwagon.
But they kept it pretty tight-lipped until like a week before. Remember, there's Titanfall developers are going to have something
not even
out
a week,
Monday.
Less than a week.
It was like that.
They're like, the big leak was the Titanfall people are going to announce a Titanfall Battle Royale game as early as Monday. And I'm like, oh, but there was still no reveal trailer. There was no official word. It was just like YouTubers and other like news outlets sharing this leak, and they were like, oh, well, let's see what happens on Monday. Sure enough, Monday they drop Apex Legends, a Titanless Titanfall universe game, Battle Royale. Here it is. Here you go. Play it. No hype, no trailers, nothing. No commercials, no marketing, zero. The extent of the marketing was, I guess they I don't know if they paid or compensated or worked something out with some popular YouTubers to get them to play it on that day, and that's the extent of it. And everyone's like, what's this? Let's download it and check it out. Hey, this is actually pretty decent. And the player base grew, and it's a runaway hit. Now, looking at something, okay, so let's take Crackdown 3 for an example, which was announced at E3 5 years ago, right? And bragged about the cloud-based technology that this would use, and it's going to be the ultimate blah blah blah, and hyping people up. And then let's also look at what's a good example of something that is revealed that was disappointing to everyone, like the Metroid Prime reveal, where they said it would be a first-person shooter, and everybody immediately shit on that, saying, "Oh, they've turned their back on the fans."
They got so mad.
They did hype Apex Legend up all this time. What if at E3 a couple years ago they showed a trailer and they bragged about this new battle free to play Diablo Diablo Legends or this Diablo. This is what I'm thinking of. Yeah. So
Eternal.
The big drop at BlizzCon, when everyone's waiting with bated breath to see what the big reveal is going to be. It's a free-to-play mobile Diablo game. Boo! Fuck you! You're out of touch with your fan base.
Slaying demons.
Petition to get this banned. Fuck you. What if EA had announced Apex Legends exactly as it was a couple years ago, and said, "Okay, guys, here's our newest game, a Titanless Titanfall free-to-play battle royale." Fuck you! You're out of touch. EA's dead. Respawn's dead.
Throw them in with all the others.
Well,
I'm asking me all
just
these
bringing
questions.
up all these scenarios. Yeah. So, like, what if? What if?
So, okay, I'm going to answer. I think I'm correct. Okay, tell me if you agree. Apex Legends is a game that benefited from the lack of marketing, where you can actually market to not market in working in its favor. So a game like that, let's take it on the surface. It's a simple game. It's a battle royale that's already flooded not only just what people are playing, but like Twitch and YouTube and everything like that. So Fortnite and Call of Duty and even like PUBG, they have it on lock. So if you gave a window of a month, 2 months, whatever, talking about that game, I don't see that being good, because people are going to say, yo, what does it do different than this? What does it do different than that? Why am I going to switch playing this, Fortnite or fucking whatever, Call of Duty, to play that? I don't see marketing that game for what it is, because let's be honest, it's just a pretty simple, it's a battle royale, that's it, you know? I don't know how that would benefit them. So, yeah, so the way they did it was perfect. That was completely, I mean, I think the division of EA that went about that was probably a very small, not well-paid division that they gave them like a chance on that game. Like, let's see how it does. You're crazy. We need commercials. We need big blasting explosions on TV. And it fucking just blew up because, and it simply blew up because of how they did that marketing. That's a smart way to do a game like that. The longer you give a game access to people to talk about, the harder it is to because people today are so, and this goes back to Crackdown 3, their fucking gamers are so pretentious little fucking, that's not the word I'm looking for, but they're just so, they're so entitled. That's it. They're entitled. They feel like everything needs to be so, if it's not like the best graphics, like they're like, oh, it's shit. Because it's First, Crackdown 3, listen, I have not played Crackdown 3 yet. And I probably won't, but I will at some point, because I love the first Crackdown, and it looks a lot like the first Crackdown. Is it disappointing because it doesn't do anything that it really said it was going to do from the first E3? Yeah, sure. Is it surprising that it doesn't do any of that shit? No, because it's been out. It's been out of the map for years. No one talked about it. And then there was a reveal recently, like a month or two ago, and it looked real weak. They're like, it doesn't look that great, you know? So people should have not been surprised that it isn't doing that shit. But Crackdown 3 is not bad. Like it is, from what I'm seeing too, it performance-wise it plays great. It has a GTA 3 era of platforming the sandbox stuff that I like, and I think it's refreshing, and it's fucking $10 on the Game Pass thing.
Or $0.
And
if you already have Game
Pass,
it's $0.
Almost anyone can play it for nothing. Exactly.
So imagine if Microsoft never hyped that game. Imagine if they never showed that stuff. If they never showed early demos of their and what if they just
dropped it?
Like, oh, here's
dropped it on Game Pass. It would be huge.
Here's Crackdown 3 too.
Yep. People
would have lost their collective shit.
Absolutely.
They would not have minded that it was.
It would have a very similar,
the most technologically advanced thing. They would have played it and they would have said, "Holy shit, this is an extremely solid update to a beloved." And remember, Crackdown, the original Crackdown, wasn't hyped as a AAA title. They like put it out like it was kind of an experiment basically. And what was the game that the demo that it came with or the beta? Was it Gears of War, I think? Yeah, so
It might have been, yeah.
No,
that was Shadowrun. No,
I think it was
No, it
Gears.
wasn't.
It came with a beta or a demo of the first Gears.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
War.
It was like a little.
So a lot of people bought it just for that. Just like what was the game that came with the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo? There you go.
Zone of the Enders 2.
Right. So
that's why people bought Zone of the Enders 2, because you got the tanker mission.
You know, when they were bored, popped in this weird Crackdown thing, and realized that it was actually a lot of fun. You know, but if that was hyped as a AAA title, people were like, "Oh, what's this mediocre? You know, waste of time." Like, but
exactly. And it does all the things. It does so many things that kind of got lost with gaming. I think like the people like. First off, they hate on the graphics because they have like a real simple look, but they're not simple. It's just very, the art style they're going for.
OG
I love
Xbox-ish.
Crackdown.
It's very abstract.
But I love the scope. Crackdown 1 had a really sick scope of like how big the world is when you climb up high and you could see everything. And Crackdown 3, that kind of art style really pulls that out. So all the different contrasts of the colors and the buildings and stuff, it's simple as far as like textures and shit, but it looks so nice and big. I love that shit. I think that looks awesome. And people just have a problem with it. And that goes to saying that like it goes back to it's going to get shit on more so because they're ready to shit on it for so many reasons. Because there's so many easy things to do. Like, they said it was going to do this, it doesn't do that. They said it was going to do that, it doesn't do that. It took this long. Another thing is that Xbox has no exclusives. They've been weak on exclusives for a long time. This is their first-party exclusive in a long time. And it's not great.
Right.
But
and
it's good.
I think if it wasn't so overhyped, it'd be doing... I don't know. It'd be so much more popular. More people would be playing it if it wasn't for the overhype.